Oh, what it do, family? How you doing out there, YouTubers? Welcome to my brother spot. I'm Jay Hadwin. And I was just thinking, why would anyone want to harm Black Americans, African Americans, Aboriginal Americans, Aboriginal American Indian, Moorish Americans? We could go on and on, whatever they call us. I know, but I believe just respect our people out here that believe they're from Africa. You could believe that. We need to be looking into solutions instead of always trying to know everything. But the real question is, why would anyone want to harm us in America? And I'm talking about back in the days, family. Like way back in the days when we were sharecropping and doing all that stuff that our ancestors had to do to make a living once the Europeans came here. So what I think is that, and a lot of people know, they had to instill fear in order to control. They constantly do that. They do that in religion. For example, in religion, if you don't believe in Jesus Christ, you're going to go to hell. That's a fear factor. Imagine if it was no hell in the story of religion. And do you think there'll be a whole bunch of Christians? They're only doing it because they think they're going to hell. A lot of people, some people really love Jesus, but majority is fear driven. When we leave our bodies, we leave our brain, we leave our nerves. So how are you going to feel fire? And spirits are light. The only thing that can harm light in this whole like space and anything is a black hole. Fire can't hurt light. There's no way. It goes right through it. So they instill fear. So that's why people want to even harm Black Americans from way back in the days to now. It's to instill fear. So why are they still doing it? Why are they still trying to harm us economically? Not letting us do things freely. We're supposed to be Americans. Pull yourself up by your bootstrap. Why do you think so? The reason why is because a lot of the white people that came from Europe, they were promised something. Their religion also tells that black people are cursed, so they could make them not feel for us here, which we're not black. That's a status. But if you want to call yourself black, that's fine. Because either way, the system's going to find some type of way to try to hinder us. That's just the way it is. But the reason why we get hurt so much is because, and the system doesn't have to have white people not trying to harm us, is because they have had all kind of benefits to help them. They have. And a lot of them fell short. And so if we do well, that makes them feel like losers. I've been told this by a couple white people that I'm cool with back home. It makes them feel like failures. So we are always going to be targets. Latinos are always going to be targets. You know what I'm saying? Because the American dream was for white people. I don't hate white people, but this is just, I'm into keeping it 100. And when other people of other ethnicities start doing well, the poor whites get upset. I say it again, when other ethnicities that come here from other countries and start doing well, white people get upset. You know what I'm saying? Well, they're not from here. You know, they should go back to their country. Well, you're not from here neither. You came here from Europe. And then your people lied and said the Europeans saw Native Americans here and they came here. No, it was black folks. Look at Pocahontas' father. Everyone look up Pocahontas' father on TikTok and you will see a real Indian. You'll see a real Indian. Indians don't look like Latinos. Real Indians that's what white people were calling us. Choctaw, Cherokee. They're black people. Black people were everywhere on this planet. It's just the areas that you see where black people aren't, they were the ones that got bred out. They were the ones that got bred out. That's what happened. From Asia, whatever. If you go way back and we had cameras where pale people didn't really exist on the planet to make people pale, it had nothing to do with weather. We were everywhere on every great continent, even Europe first. Most of your kings were black at first. King George, black. People start mixing with, I don't know where pale people or white people came from. But once you mix and you're black with a white person, a real pale white people, most of the offspring are pale, are light. Look at Blake Griffin, all that. It's a lot of lies out here and people aren't really seeing and hearing the truth. The truth is a lot of white genetics are more dominant than us. You could change a black person in or whatever you want to call us in 2 generations. Look at Robin Thicke's son, Julian. People around here used to be black. It's so many. Ronda Rousey is one of them. Ronda Rousey, the wrestler, that white girl, that wrestling and grappling and all that, beautiful girl too. Man, her great grandfather was the first black physician in Canada. You see, and I mean, Candace Owens trying. She have some offspring. It's a lot of people that feel like Candace Owens. Whoever's the winning side, you're gonna go. And they could do that if they want, but we need to tell the truth. What really happened? We need to know the truth. These lies have got to stop. I don't know everything, but I know just about, well, I know a lot of, when I speak it from my mouth, I know what I'm talking about. I'm from LA. It's probably one of the most mixed states in America. I've seen brothers I grew up with and got with white women, and their kids, their grandkids are now white. They look white. They don't even look black. And all of my friends are dark-skinned black men. Their kids look white. I've seen Asians mix with everything, and Asian genetics are so strong, you still look Asian. Like Tiger Woods' father was dark. Let's go into action, not by books. I know the mixtures, and it's none to matter. I'm just showing you how ghetto Earth is. It seems like the evil people always prevail on Earth. Anywhere you go on the planet and they're messing it up, and then they put down rules, and then certain people think they're going to get ahead by those evil rulers, and they get jacked up every time. They not for you neither. And I'm talking about poor white people. They not for you. Trump not going to bring you out of no president. They not for you. Those are rich white people. They got rich black people. They not for us. They sell out. We're not in, that's why I started off like this. We're not in the crew. What we have to do is start respecting each other, which you want to call us black? Always respect other people. We just don't respect each other. That's the problem. And we've been taught that around the planet. East Indian people have been taught that around the planet, where they have those dots and all that. I just call it the I'm better than you. That's the ghetto-ness of this planet. Wars are ghetto. Having a war, whoever inflicts war, you're ghetto. Whoever has kids and they're poor and they're trying to bring children in the world just to get a paycheck, you're ghetto. That's an 18-year contract, and that goes like white people do it and black people do it here in America. That's that, child support shit. We need both of our parents. If you're not ready to have a child, don't have a kid. We should be getting married to basically, when we have a child, we should be getting married to the person who's the better parent. Not how a motherfucker look. You see how shallow this game is? You see how shallow it is? And it hurts the children. Ask every child growing up, I want my daddy and my mom. And you up here trying to make a buck. These are the things that America makes money off of. Every time you go to court, from traffic to, getting child support, all that, they making money. They make money off filth. It's just jacking up America. And we don't see it. Everyone is doing wrong. It's no worse race or better race. Why do they even call it race? Is it a fucking race? Why are Americans competing against each other instead of not giving their attention to people that's in power? Corporations are jacking up this country. It's the corporations. If you want to make things change, don't buy from certain corporations. We got the information. Work together. Stop. You gotta, white boys. If a black dude is hiking in the mountains or something in your area, don't hang him. Stop doing stupid shit. You are not the blessing to the planet. Black people aren't the blessing to the planet. No race is better than each other. Stop this shit. This is what's making America jacked up. Do you know majority to this day, majority of the technology and inventions that we still have today, black people made them? The traffic light, the car engine, the GPS. It was a black woman. The games, Xbox, all that started with a black man. He made it. All this shit is made by black people, but back in the days, they couldn't patent it. So they act like they came up with it. So let's fast forward to America now against China. Basically, y'all fucked up your talent. The people came here, they put crack in our communities, they messed up our family units, and now they're like, look at those people. And it all derives upon the American whites wanting to feel good about themselves, the one that are poor. Because if black people do good, and then you've been given certain things to make you do better in life, and a lot of it, y'all didn't make it happen, you feeling bad about yourself. So that's where your anger comes from. And the reason why I know it, because I was in the military. I've been around white boys where I got real cool with them. Y'all competing against us when we shouldn't even be competing. We should be making it uncomfortable for the people that is jacking up America. All they're doing is making a buck off of us. I'm gonna say this over and over again. You notice every time a corporation take over a food chain, the food get nasty, and they start putting chemicals in the food. It's because they don't care about us. They don't care about our health. You thinking just because you look like them, you gonna get hooked up. They don't care about you. They may use you to try to make it uncomfortable for us, but that's just about it. And that didn't work with cops and all this stuff, police and crazy stuff. It's not working anymore. Americans gonna have to work together. Americans gonna have to work together, and in order to get out of this, because this shit's about to get bad, and a lot of people ain't knowing. Y'all think 9 to 5 is gonna do it for you. It's not. I got the secrets. I'm doing some right now actually that makes me money, and it deals with online, but I'm not telling the world. It's only for my people. But my people don't want to listen because they're so into thinking things that happens real fast is the right thing to do. So they're not even getting it. Because they've been engineered that way. We've been engineered that way. We don't travel, so we don't see other things. It's a lot of stuff, a lot of turning pieces that have made my people the way they are. And it wasn't because we're just built like that. We've been engineered like that. It just wasn't one Black Wall Street that got jacked up. When we start doing better and having the plumbers, the architectures, all that, the White House was made by so-called Black people. We were the architects. But you keep jacking up the talent because you're jealous. And I don't know why you're jealous. That's the crazy thing about it. Why are you jealous of Black people? Or even Latino people? Just, if you want to do better, just do better. Why you gotta cheat? Why you gotta kill? Why you gotta instill fear? Why do you have to do that? If you keep doing that, the world's getting sick of y'all. White people are not popular as you used to be. People are catching on. You have always tried to make Black people look stupid and bad. And now this is backfiring on white America. It's a lot of people talking. Now, a lot of people like Anton Daniels and all, he gonna be fair. He getting paid by it. That's just his thing. Very intelligent young man. I'm a little older than him, excuse me. Very intelligent. I'm happy that he has a beautiful, family. I love that. But I know what he's doing. And that's going to make you money. That's going to make you money. The way I'm doing it's not going to make you money. It's going to piss a lot of people off. People hate the truth. People like sugar. People like shit to be like, hey, it's okay, this, that. You're not going to improve as an individual. Any race you are, where you like always getting patted on the back or, oh, it's okay. You got to work for shit. This is just how the planet is. In order to get something, you got to work hard. You have to work hard for it. You're not going to get it like with ease and crying and shit. America, if you go out in other countries, that's how people, if they even could have success, has success. They have to work hard. You know what I'm saying? No one's going to give you shit. That's the law of the universe, including me. I've been in situations where I should have gotten promotions when I was younger and working with kids that had mental health problems, and the job paid pretty good. I should have been supervisor in it, but other people got it. I didn't hate on them. I worked under them. They weren't good. They wanted me on working with them, but I wasn't getting paid for it. And I made their life easier at the job. I had to go through that, and I'm still not bitter. I'm making some okay money now because I work hard. I have an online businesses that's making money for me because I'm ahead of the game. I'm not trying to work for people. You don't have to work for people anymore. You figure out something that you can make it convenient for people, and then you go for it. And then after that, you wait for a year to 3 years, and then you'll start making some money. It's not fast in order to have a solid foundation. Anytime you hear, stupid people out here saying, hey, you can have a successful business in 3 months. That shit is a scam. It don't work like that. It takes time. You got to get an LLC, an S Corp. You have to go through the loops, make sure everything is done right. And then after that, you got to put money into it, not your clothes, not all this other frivolous stuff, your core. You have to work at it. You got to work hard. You have to put money in it. Anything it's people out here actually think they could get a Wix website, GoDaddy website, a Shopify website for 20 some bucks or 40 some bucks and think that they gonna make some money. You have to invest in your business, and you have to improve your business. And that goes through effort, and that goes through messing up a lot. You're gonna mess up, but I guarantee you, when you figure out what's going on with your business and where you're messing up and what people want, meaning your customers, you got it. You're not going to be wealthy, but I guarantee you with an online business, I guarantee you, when you do get fired from your job or laid off, you're going to be making enough money from your brand a month where you don't even care about it. You're like, okay, all right, I'm making like $7,000 a month net, not gross, net take home. And I'm not even working hard. I got people doing work for me. That's gig work. I'm dropping gems on y'all. So what I started out doing, as in talking about white and black and all that, I'm not a prejudiced person. I just call out stupidity and stuff that's not fair. Online business, 100% online business is the way, not working for people. If you get 100 people that really fucks with you and your services are over $50 and you get 100 to 200, 200's really well, really good. That's all you need to survive in America. And then if you want more money, just build you another online website with a service or a product that makes it a product that people actually like, or a service that makes it convenient for those people that really mess with you. It's enough to share on the internet, y'all. That's what I'm doing right now. I provide a service on my website. And what I'm gonna tell you guys, don't ever let people know your website, because people are haters. You can let them know what you do. I'm in the delivery sector. And no one knows who they're working for. They're working for a black dude with another owner. Is me and my business partner. This is America's 9-to-5s are about to die. AI ain't no joke. AI got it locked down. In the future, it's going to be so many people not working. I'm thinking what we've talked about, me and my business partner, is probably going to be like 35% of Americans that actually have a 9 to 5 in about 15 years. Everybody else, they're trying to put people on universal income. I think they're going to implement that. I think they're trying to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because look, it's more money for the corporations. Corporations don't give a rip about any of us. All they are interested in is their bottom line. So they're getting AI to do what we used to do back in the days. So if they had AI robots that could wipe people butt in nursing homes, they would invest millions of dollars into that because they're heartless and everyone would be out of work. Trust me, these people they're bad for anywhere on the planet. Corporate people are sellouts. And the people that's on top of the corporates, they're some evil ass families. Because when you're on top that long, your kids get weird. And they don't care about anyone but themselves. Even if they're your race, they don't care about you. By you participating in what they're doing, I'm serious, Americans, you're jacking up the whole system. You're jacking up the system. It's enough money out here for Americans to eat. All of us to eat. But the corporations don't make that possible. Because they're greedy, they're hoarders. Why you need that much money to live? They're hoarding. We got the internet now. We have information at our hands. Why can't we not rally and bust up the city and break it up and put stuff on fire and all that when they have insurance, when we could just understand what businesses they have and we don't put our money into them? Why can't we just support all our mom and pop businesses? Why can't people support My Brother Spot and donate to it, knowing that we're not a Dr. Umar or pastors or anyone like that? Why can't you do that so the good could develop? The good could develop, not the bad. Just because the bad has great speakers, all that, don't pay for entertainment like that. When it's saying they're going to do something and all that, look for receipts. See what's going on. You could go on My Brother Spot and see the effort that went into the website. You'll see it's not really perfect, but it's a lot of great effort into that website. It's a lot of great effort on My Brother Spot YouTube channel. Why does people like liars? Why do people invest in a good story? Why does people invest in people that says, oh, you can make, $1 million if you try my system and you pay for it, and you could be a millionaire in 2 months? Why do we believe that shit? Why don't we invest our money in the people that's telling the goddamn truth? You're going to have to fucking work at this shit. This is the system. This is how it's done. This is how much money that I'm putting out my information. And why don't you invest in something that's it's going to be harder? Because we've been brainwashed to think we can get a quick buck. It ain't no quick bucks out here unless you're selling your booty. Grow up, America. Everyone. We all have to grow up. I'm not perfect. I made a lot of mistakes. But if you are doing bad and wrong to people, scamming people, hurting people, it's a chain reaction. And it just makes our system jacked up. Before I get off, I want everyone to know, please invest in local businesses of all ethnicities. Stop messing with these chains because they're owned by corporations. The corporations are hoarding and doing things to harm us to harm us, as in money wise. Stop messing with the Amazons, even though it's convenient. Stop messing with the big stores. Go to the local. Put our money into them. Why can't we understand that type of movement? You don't have to get out here and rally and shit and talk. Stop buying they shit. That's all you have to know. Organize quietly and stop buying they shit online. And buy the little guys online. Be conscious. Stop buying Louis Vuitton, brothers and sisters. They don't even like you. Stop buying name brands that don't even like you. Invest